Well, Premier of Ontario Doug Ford is back to the same old lockdown antics, and it's once again our children who will suffer the most. At Rebel News, we have a plan to send this government a message that this child abuse needs to stop. 5.7 million Canadian children have been impacted by school closures since the onset of lockdowns in March 2020, and parents have had enough. But we're going to need all hands on deck to help send this government a powerful message.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Tamara Ugolini here with Rebel News, and I'm standing in solidarity with parents and educators who have had enough of school closures and restrictions and mandates that harm our children. On Monday, January 3rd, Premier Doug Ford announced that his government was closing schools for just another 2 weeks to blunt the spread of Omicron, despite his clear acknowledgement that this particular variant is YouTube's medical misinformation policy prohibits us from publishing anything that questions the one-sided, narrow-minded science narrative, and so we can't risk publishing. Please scroll down to the description below. You can click the link where it says full report, and then you will be redirected to a platform that does not engage in censorship and upholds freedom of speech. Kids need to be in the classroom, and their educators want to teach them. Sign our petition at backtoclass.ca. Add your name to the list of people saying that our kids have done enough. They have paid enough for their mistakes of well-paid politicians and bureaucrats. And on that website, we set up a special feature where you can click to send a form letter to your elected representatives, your provincial minister of education, and your premier. Let them know that the abuse of our kids and the damage to their future has to stop now. Quit hurting our kids to quell your irrational adult fears. It's time to inundate them with calls and demands. The future of our children, grandchildren, and the country depends on it. If we don't do something now, the collateral damage, the destruction of the well-being of our children could be a lasting impact. Teachers have powerful unions, and yet they feel powerless against these harmful school closures, whereas children, they only have parents. They depend on the adults in their lives to be the voice for them. You can be that voice by heading over to our petition at backtoclass.com and sign that petition there to get kids back to class. While you're there, consider driving the point home even further with a form letter, basically summarizing what I've said in this video, and you can send it directly to your Minister of Education and your Premier who may be imposing these harmful closures. That website again is backtoclass.ca.